Okay, so today we are going to see how to get data from different tables. Sometimes you will come across the scenarios like I want to get data from two different tables or three different tables. How to get it? Till now we have seen how to get data from one table. We are getting data from student table or employee table and so on. And going further, I would also like to bring SAP standard tables into the picture, because all these days we are practicing on some student tables, employee tables and so on. But in real time scenarios, you will work mostly on SAP standard tables. So going further, we will handle SAP standard tables and we'll try to habituate how to look into SAP standard tables, how to build programs with SAP standard tables. So whenever we want to get data from more than one table, we have two techniques available in SAP. The first technique is inner joins. Second technique is for all entries. So we'll see inner joins and then we'll go for all entries. I will let you explain some scenario where we are exactly using this inner join. There are some SAP standard tables which I am going to join for this example. I'll go to SC11 transaction. There is a SAP standard table called MARC. This is a SAP standard table which stores plant wise material details. For example, I have a plant in Bangalore, I have a plant in Delhi, maybe I have a plant somewhere else. So in each plant, what are all the materials available? That details will be available in this MARC. When I click on a display, you can see the structure of this MARC. And similarly, contents. I'll click on this contents button. For example, here I will give the plant number. Works stands for plant. MATNR stands for material. So if I give a plant number here in this table, in this plant, how many materials are available? So those materials will be coming up. Say for example, in plant number 7000, you can see as of now 200 materials are getting displayed. So all those materials are available in plant number 7000. Let us see 7500, how many materials are there? There are around 159 materials are there in plant number 7000. So for each and every material there will be a description. I want to bring the description from some different table in SAP. For example, I'll give some plant number 7500. For that 7500, in that 7500 there is a material called 100-100. Now I want the description of this material. The description of this material is available in some different table, that is MAKT. So I'll go into this table, give the material number. But if you see, there are two key fields here. Composite key, this table has a composite key. So if I give 100-100 alone, I will not get a unique entry. If I want to get a unique entry, I need to give the English, that means total key I should give. Spras I will give as English, then I will execute. Then 100-100 means a casing. So what my intention is, in my program, I will give input as plant number. Plant number is nothing but 7,000 or 7,500 or whatever. I'll give the plant number. So for the plant, for example, you have 200 material or 300 material. How many materials are there? What you need to do? You need to get all the materials. So our first step is getting materials. So in which table these details are available? We have these details in MARC. And next step, what I want to do is, I want to get the description of all these materials. Maybe 150 materials or 200 materials. For all these materials, I want to get the description. So getting description. From which table we can get it? MAKT. So now we will take this scenario and we will try to see how can we do this by using inner joins. How can we do this, the same scenario, by using for all entries. I'll go to SE38 to build a program. So I'm creating a program here. In this program, we'll concentrate on inner join. If you remember, while we creating database view, I told you that database view is nothing but an inner join. When you create a database view, SAP will create an inner join in the backend. So SAP will write some sort of syntax in the backend. That syntax we are going to learn now. So whenever you are using inner join, always declare a structure types begin of some ty underscore mat or whatever. Declare one structure. In this, provide all the fields which you want to see in the output. All the fields you want to see in the output. For example, I want to see the material number, MATNR, type. What can I give here? Earlier we were giving in brackets data type and length, all these things we were giving. But we found out we can do the other way. The other way is go to the table and give the data element, see the data element and provide the data element over here. So I'll go to the table MARC. From the MARC, you can see for MATNR is a field. For this, the data element is MATNR. So give this.
Yeah. Ram, I have dot.
So I will take the data element of this and provide it over here instead of giving data type and length. Similarly, I want a plant in the output. So for the plant, this is the data type as data element. Provide it over here. And what else I want? I want to provide a material description. Material description is available in MAKT table. So go to that table and give the material description MAKT. There is a field called MAKTX in this table. So take this MAKTX which stores the material description type. The data element for this is MAKTX again. So provide it over here. So end of some structure. In this case, we have taken two fields from MARC table and one field from MAKT table. In your real-time examples, say for example, you have to take more fields from MARC table, you have to take some more fields from MAKT. Provide all these fields in one structure. And later what you can do is, you can declare internal table and work area using this structure. So I'll say data I tab type table of TYMAT and work area type TYMAT. TYMAT is my structure name. My structure has 3 fields. So with these 3 fields, I have declared a internal table. And work area. Now the next one is I should write a select statement to get the data into the internal table. So let us see how the select query will be. I'll say select matnr works maktx, all these fields from. Generally what we'll give the database table name here in the from syntax. We'll give the database table, but here we have 2 tables. If it is a single table, you could have given marc here, but there are 2 tables. So how to give the from syntax, we'll see this later. After from, what you are giving, select some fields from some tables and then put it into table. Your table name is itab. Where condition, you can provide a where condition. Where condition generally we will provide based on the input parameters. So what is the input for this program? So as we discussed, we will provide plant number as input to this program. So I will say parameters some p underscore works type the data element for the works, that is works underscore d. So this is my input to the program. So in the select query, in the where condition, I will provide based on the plant I want to get the materials and material description. So I will say where works equal to p underscore works. And any other input are we providing? If you remember, in the MAKT table, I have also given the material number here, which I am getting from MARC table, and also given a language here. So the material anyway I will get it from MARC. It's a common field between MARC and MAKT. But this SPRAS I have provided. Okay, so if I don't provide this SPRAS, what will happen? I will get multiple number of entries for the same material. Okay, for the same material, I am getting different language related descriptions. So if you want different language related descriptions, you proceed here, no problem. But if you want only English language specific entries, you give spras equal to, in single quotes you can give en, otherwise you can also say psi langu. Psi langu is called a system variable. This is a system variable, a special variable which stores current login language. In which language we are logged in? So while logging into SAP, we have some field here. So here you can see language. In which language we logged in? In English language. So this psi langu means English now, and always it will bring the description in English language from the table. So I have given spras equal to psi langu. So until this everything goes fine. So your select into where class is same. Now only this from is different. So how to write the from class? Let us see. So here what I will do is I will say my MARC table as A, inner join MAKT table as B. I am saying for the time being assume MARC means A, MAKT means B. These are A and B are the alias names or some duplicate names for these tables. What I am saying is select these 3 fields from first table means MARC table as A, and inner join the second table as B. What is the common field between these two? The common field between MARC and MAKT, a material number, right? So in the MARC I am getting the material number, and for that material I want the description in MAKT. So the common field which is connecting these two tables is MATNR. So that common field I should provide on condition here, on A tilde MATNR equal to B tilde MATNR. So this is a syntax for inner join. So the from class changes. So this is a change. Except this, all the other lines remains the same. Correct? Select fields. This we already learned in previous classes. Into table, where condition, all these things we already learned in the previous classes. Only the change what you can look here is the from class. From first table as A, second inner join second table as B, on A tilde MATNR equal to B tilde MATNR. Say tomorrow you need to join one more table. For example, you want data from one more table. So declare that table related fields first here in the structure. Maybe I'll take one more table. There is a table called MARA, which is a material master table. In the material master table, I want to get say for example material type and a material group for the same material, for example. How can I do that? If I say 100-100 here, for the 100-100 I have mtot which is having a value half and mbrush which is having m. So these two fields I want to get. So add those fields here. So I will say mtot type, the data element of mtot. Mtot means what? Material type. So mtot I'll put it over here. What else? I want to get MBRSH. This is industry sector. So here what I'm trying to explain you is how to join one more table, like not two tables, three tables if you are joining, how to join. So now put the fields like this, how many number of fields you want to add it, and also put in your select statement the new fields MTART, MBRSH. So now what you need to do, your from class still changes. You say first table as A, inner join second table as B on some common field. Then again extend this syntax. What you can do is you can extend this syntax saying inner join MARA as C. This is the third table. Assume this third table as C and join the third table on A tilde MATNR equal to C tilde MATNR. That means you are joining table A and table C. Otherwise, if you want to join table B and C also, you can say B tilde MATNR equal to C tilde MATNR. You can write this way. You can join n number of tables. But what I recommend is, in the inner join syntax, don't join more than 3 tables. When you join more than 3 tables in an inner join syntax, your performance will drastically go down and your program will consume more and more time. So customers will not like when the report is consuming more time. When you are having when you want to get the data from more than 3 tables, always go for the next technique called for all entries. See, here we have 2 techniques. One is an inner join, another one is for all entries. Right now we are discussing about inner join. So inner joins, make use of them when you want to join 3 tables at the max. 4 also you can do, 5 also you can do. Technically you can write a syntax, but the thing is, your program will be very slow when you are adding more and more tables. So in that situation, when you want to get more tables related data, if you want to join more and more tables, always make use of for all entries. Okay, we'll see how to do this. Let us finish this inner joins completely. So when you are doing this inner join, write your select query like this. Now I will save it. When I check, I will get some sort of errors here. I'm going to show you some sort of errors. Let us check. So now what it is saying, the column name MATNR is ambiguous in above for OpenSQL statement. In other way, if I tell you, what it is saying is, boss, you are getting the data from MARC table, you are getting data from MAKT, you are getting data from MARA table. All these three tables has MATNR field. Because all these three tables, the common data is material number. All these three tables has MATNR field. Now the select query is in a confusion from which table to get this MATNR. So I should specifically say from table A get the MATNR. Table A means what? Table A means MARC. So go to this table. From this table you get the MATNR. Now let us see what else we are getting. Now it is syntactically correct. So assume you have a same field name in two different tables or three different tables which you are joining. You have to specify here from which table you are getting a particular field. Okay. So write this. So after this particular select statement, you have your data in this internal table. Once you have a data in the internal table, you say loop at your internal table, put it into work area, then write your work area related data. So work area hyphen MATNR, work area hyphen works, that is a plant, MAKTX, that is a description, MTART, that is material type, MBRSH, industry sector or something. So write all these fields which you have declared in this structure. So I am writing all this. Now I will save, check, activate. Now we'll try to see how the result will be. So I'll put over here some 7,000 and then execute. See, for all this 7,000, there may be some 200 or 300 material, whatever may be the number. For all these materials, I'm getting the material numbers. So these are all the material numbers, and this is the plant. Plant is always 7,000 because in the selection screen we have given a 7,000. Material description is coming up in English language, and this is HALP, this is MTART, and this is MBRSH field related contents are coming up. So this is how you can join more than one table in SAP, and you can bring the data through inner joins. Okay, so in the inner join, if you have some question, then let me know, or else we will go with next sort of syntaxes. Before going to for all entries, I just want to tell you some more syntaxes. Once you understand the other syntaxes, then I will take you into for all entries. So before going further, if you have any questions, let me know.
Here in input screen we have only a plant field, right?
Yeah.
If we have more than one, then how it will be syntactically same, like works equal and down.
Yeah, here for example, you can say works equal to p underscore works, and tomorrow you have one more input, for example, as p underscore, let us take any other table. For example, from Mara table, I will take material group as my one of the input material group. So I'll provide matkl type the data element of it. Okay, so now I have two input fields. What I can do is here I can extend my where condition. I can also say and my matkl, that is the field name, equal to p underscore matkl. Like this you can put n number of parameters in the where condition. N number of parameters, or there is something called select option. You can put all these things in the where condition.
Okay, no need to declare in the structure.
No need to declare in the structure. The structure is basically the thing which you want to use again. Say for example, parameters is the filtering condition. Whatever you declaring, those are the filtering criteria for getting the data. What data you are getting is this one. For example, I want to get a material plant based on maybe material group. Material group is my filtering condition based on which I want to get. But what exactly I am getting is should be available in my structure.
Okay. Only output. Okay.
Yes, like it may be output or it may be the input for next select statement, or it can be anything. But what data you want to get from these tables, you specify in this structure, and based on what you want to get the data, that should be in where condition.
Okay. Okay.
Good. Anything else?
No.
Okay. What I will do is I'll create one small program here. So in this program I'm going to tell you different system variables which we frequently use. For example, now I will say write Sailangu. Sailangu means what? Login language, right? So what is the output of this Sailangu? Because right now I logged in English language, so the output is EN. EN stands for English language because I logged in English language. If I say Sai datum, if I say something called Sai datum, what is this Sai datum? Sai datum stands for current date. Sometimes what will happen in your programs, you may need to print the current date. Current date means today. If you hard code it, it will not work out because every day when you execute the report, it should print the current date. So the system variable is Sai datum. Now when I execute, you can see 20/2/2015. This is the current date. Actually, your server is located somewhere else. As of now, I am using some server. This is located somewhere else. In the server, whatever is the date and time, that will be printed. For example, I'm there in India and the server is located in US. In India, date will be different. US date may be different in some particular time. At the time, the server related date will be printed. If you say Sai datum in the server, as per server settings, what is the current date, that will be printed. Okay, similarly I have something called Sai UZEIT, UZEIT, that means current time. In German language, Zeit means time. Similarly, datum means date. So Zeit means now I am getting the time, server time. This is also. Then I have something called Sai uname. Uname means username which is logged in. Sai t T code, current transaction code, that we are in AC38. Psi MANDT, current client which we logged in. Psi REP ID, report ID or program name. Our program name is ZNRN20. Okay, so that will be printed. Psi CPROG, current program name. Report ID, current program name, both are same in this case. That is ZNRN20 only. I can say psi U line. U line stands for an underline. I can say one more thing called psi V line. V line stands for vertical line. Psi SYS ID. This is called a system ID. If you want to see what is the system ID, you can see here EHP6. Here you can see when I click this particular button over here. So this is my system EH6. So that is my system ID. And so these are the most frequently used system variables. So that's why I just wanted to give you, like, another one is psi LINNO, that is the line number, and so on. So there are so many system variables are there. For example, page number you want to print, you can make use psi PAGNO. Screen number, current screen, what is the number? Psi DYNNR is the current screen number. All these system variables are stored in a structure. For example, I will show you some structure where all these system variables are there. Open your S11 transaction. There is a structure called SYST. Look into this structure. So whatever I am giving here, for example, LINNO I have given. So whatever the field name here, that is I have added with the psi. You can see psi LINNO I have given. Similarly, this has a page number, this has a T code, everything it has. So for example, PAGNO. This is the current page. So whatever I am giving here, most of the things which already available in this particular structure, SYST, it says above system fields. Some of the system fields are obsolete. You can see it is saying obsolete. Obsolete means nowadays we are not using these particular system variables. Previously SAP may be using it, but nowadays it is not using it. So now let us see the output, and after that I will explain some more system variables. Here right now you can see the language, date, time, current username. This is psi T code, transaction code, psi MANDT. This is client, psi REP ID, report ID, psi CPROG. This is underline, this is vertical line, that is psi U line and V line. This is psi SYS ID. This is line number 14, psi LINO, LINNO. How it is 14? Count from here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is 12, 13 and 14. So this is the line number. Then this is page number. This is the screen number currently which we are in, and so on. So this is how you can make use of your system variables, which are something like dynamic and can be used in your program. Fine. So there are some more system variables which are very much useful. Say for example, let me go to the previous program. In this program, for example, I have written a select statement. Whether my select statement is success or not, whether a particular syntax in ABAP is successfully executed or not, if you want to know, there is a system variable called psi sub rc. The system variable name is psi subrc. This is a system variable. This system variable will get a value 0. This system variable will be 0 if statement, any statement or syntax which you write in above executes successful. This is important even when you are debugging your standard SAP code. Most of the times you will see if psi sub rc is 0, if psi sub rc is 0 or not equal to 0, such kind of conditions most of the times you will always see. Psi sub rc 0 means just above this psi sub rc syntax, psi subrc syntax, whatever the statement, it may be a select statement, it may be loop, or it may be something else, whatever the statement you write just above this psi sub rc, that is executed perfectly, then this psi sub rc will have a value 0. Otherwise, if it is not executed, a psi sub rc will have 4 or 8 or 12 depending on some conditions. So here I will say if psi sub rc equal to 0, then only loop my internal table and write the data. So what condition I was giving here? If my select query is properly executed, so what is the above statement of psi sub rc? Select query. If the select query is properly executed, then only loop the internal table and write the data. So now let us see how this works. Let me activate. So now I will put a breakpoint here at line number 25. I will put a breakpoint. Execute this program in debugging mode. I will give a plant number and a MATKL material group, for example 001, or let me take it from F4 help. Yesterday, if you remember, we have given a F4 button by using a keyword called match code, but today for this field we have not given any match code object. But from where does this F4 is coming up? How it is coming?
From the table.
The thing is, in the parameter, when we have declared the parameter, we have given the data element over here. Okay. So if I go to this data element, there is something here called further characteristic. That, yeah, you can see in the further characteristic. Okay, there is something called search help here. Okay, so in the search help, there is a search help s_wbwg. This is a search help which is created by standard SAP. So when you double click on this search help, you are in SE11 transaction. This is a collective search help, you can see. Okay, so this collective search help has another search help inside. When you go inside this, it may be having another search help and so on. So there are so many search helps which are nothing but collective search helps. So that search helps are given in the data element level. So because in the data element they have given this search help, you are automatically getting, whenever you are using this particular data element, you are automatically getting this search help button, even though if you are not using the match code object keyword. Fine. So now I will give this value, try to execute. I'm going in debugging mode. Plant number 7000 and material group some 0001. So those are the values I have given. Now I'll execute this select statement. Now what is my psi sub rc? This value in this 0. That means my select query executed properly. So if my select query is executed properly, I may have some data in this internal table. So I have one record in the internal table. So I will print it. In the output I will get the record. For example, I will give some plant. which is not available in table. In MARC this plant is not at all there. If the plant is not there, materials will not be there, obviously. So let us execute and see what is happening. Now I'll execute. Okay, so here now when I say F5, see what is the value in size of RC. Size of RC is 4 because this statement is not successful, because we have given some wrong plant, or this select statement was not able to get the data from the table, so it's not successful. So size of RC is automatically 4. So now what happens? This if condition will not work. So it will not go inside the loop, it will not write. So it will come out. So you can also make use of this. For example, you can say if size of RC not equal to 0, else part you can say write no data found. You can say no data found in a write statement. Okay, so I'll remove the breakpoint. For example, I'll give some wrong plant here, some material group, or I have given execute. It is saying no data found. But when I give a proper plant, a proper material group, size of RC will be 0, and then it will print the data, and so on. So now I hope you understand the significance of this system variable size of RC. And similarly, there is one more system variable called sci tabx. Sci tabx is, it will be acting as a counter of internal table. Counter of internal table means what? For example, I have internal table which has a 10 records. When the internal table is inside when I'm looping the internal table, first time when I'm looping, a counter is 1, my sci tabx will be 1. Second time when I'm looping the internal table, my sci tabx will be 2 automatically. Third time when I'm looping, my sci tabx will be 3 automatically, and so on. So let us see. So what I want to do is, I want to avoid this MATKL here, because I want to get more data in the internal table. So I don't want to provide this, because if I give material group, I am getting less number of only 1 record in the example. So I want to get more data, so I don't want to use this. So for example, now if I execute this particular example, I am getting more and more number of records. See, I am getting so many records. If I scroll down, how many records I am getting? So here I can say write inside the loop, make use of the counter sci tabx. So I am writing first the counter and then others. Let us see what will be the value, how will be the value changes in the counter. So now I'll put over here. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, the counter increments every time. And total how many number of records are there in this internal table? There are around 260 records are there in this internal table. Okay. So like this, you can make use of this sci tabx. There is one more important system variable called sci index. Now what is this sci index? It is a counter of do loop or while loop. When you are inside the do loop or while loop, this sci index will be used as a counter. Something like the same way sci tabx is used inside the internal table, you can make use of this sci index inside a do loop or while loop. A psi index will not work inside the internal table. For example, instead of psi tab x, if I write here psi index, it will not work. If you are using an internal table, if you are looping internal table, use tab x. Tab x means table index. Tab x, table index. Okay. Use only index, psi index when you are using a do loop or while loop, so it will work properly. So now I hope you got some points, like what are all the system variables you are using. Similarly, some more syntaxes I want to introduce you, which we will use frequently on internal tables. For example, in this given example, I have around 260 records, is it? I have around 260 records getting in the output. So how can I know in my internal table how many records are coming? Is there any way to get the number of records which are available in my internal table without looping? Can I do that? Because when I loop it, of course, in a psi tab x, I will get the number. Every time when the loop repeats, the number increments. That's okay. But I just want to know how many number of records available in my internal table. Is there any way? There is a syntax for that. What you can do is, you declare a variable data, some LV count type integer I, and maybe without looping or looping this, that is the secondary part. We are just interested now on printing the number of records, not the content inside the record. I will say describe table. Table name is, internal table name is itab. How many lines are there in this itab? Put it in the variable which we have declared. The variable name is LV count. So this is the variable on the top. I have declared it. LV count type I. That's what I told. The 260 or whatever, the 260 will be given to this variable now. Once you have the value inside this, write LV count. So without looping your internal table, in this way you can get the number of records. Now I'll execute. So if I provide here 7000, how many records I am getting? 260. If I provide a different plant, maybe I will get a different number of materials, so I'll get a different count. If I give 1000, I'm getting 6170, and so on. So how many number of records are available in my internal table? If I want to know, I can make use of this describe table syntax. Then next important syntax on this internal table. First let me show you the output, then for example I have 7000, I have given some plant number 7000 here. I am getting so many materials, material descriptions, so material types, material industry sectors, and so on. So I want to sort my internal table based on the this field mtart. Based on material type, I want to sort my internal table. How can I do that? What I can do is, before writing the internal table content, sort my internal table by what is the field name which I want to sort, that is mtart, by mtart. So provide like this, and after sorting, your internal table will be printed. So now you can see F is coming first, all F related entries, FET is coming. After that H related, halve is coming. After that probably something else will come. After half, if there is any other mtot is there, I think it's not there. It's there. HAWA is there and ROH is there. So all these things are coming. So now they are sorted. You can sort ascending order, you can sort in descending order. So you can say sort ITAB by MATNR descending. You can say sort MTOT ascending and then other field MBRSH descending. You can make use of n number of fields like this, like not only one field. You can sort based on 2 fields, 3 fields, some fields in ascending order, some field in a descending order. All permutations and combinations you can try. So there are various ways of sorting you can try. By default, if you not give anything, it will sort in ascending order. By default, it's a ascending order. Okay. Then one more thing now I want to show. For example, tomorrow you got a requirement saying that for this MTOT means material type, I assume. For each material type, I want only one material, only one sample material in the output. As of now, how many materials I am getting? For FET, I am getting some 10 materials. For HALB, I am getting some 80 materials or 90 materials. For ROH, I am getting 2 or 3 materials, right? So now tomorrow you will say, no, I don't want these many materials, just I want one material per material type. That means for HALB, one material. For HAWA, one material is enough. For ROH, one material is enough. Based on this material type, for each material type, I want to display only one material. So in that case, what you can do is, you can make use of the syntax. You can say, delete adjacent duplicates from the internal table comparing MTART. So make use of this delete adjacent duplicates after your sort. See, you are sorting based on material type. After that sorting, you are deleting adjacent duplicates based on the material type. Without sorting, if you try to delete adjacent duplicates, you will not get a proper output. You have to first sort and then you have to delete adjacent duplicates. So now let us see how the output comes. Okay, so for FET only one material, HALB another material, HAWA, ROH. So based on this field, it is deleting all other duplicates. It kept only 111 based on the sorting. So this is one more syntax which you will frequently come across, delete adjacent duplicates. And now the next syntax which I am going to use. As of now, if I give 7,000 here, I am getting so many records. I am getting so many records in the output. So, but what I want is, among all these records, I want to get one record into the work area where my material number is, say for example, all these materials are there somewhere. Do I have some material which is smaller? Okay, no problem. So I want to get one material whose number is some BRAS 900. So this material I want to get it into the work area. In my internal table all these materials are there, I agree, but I want to get this particular record into my work area. How can I get it? So in the work area we can put only one record at a time, right? So I want to get this one record into my work area. The syntax for that is, what you can do is, you can say read table I tab and put it into work area with key matnr equal to whatever the material you said over there, that is material number is this br underscore as 900 pixels material number. So give the material number. So in your internal table, in this internal table, if you have this material number, that particular record will come and sit in the work area. So read table syntax, what it is doing, it will get one record from the internal table based on the condition what you provide here, and after that you will get that particular data into the work area. So now what I will do, after getting the data into the work area, I can make use of that. Maybe I will make use of write statement. So now also what I can do is I can make use of psi sub rc here. If psi sub rc equal to 0, that means if this material number is found in this internal table, then write all this stuff, and then I'll say end if. So now let us see. So now when I execute, if the material is there, it will put it into, see now the site abx is 3, it is coming, so it is a third record. So it is giving the material and it is printing. So what is the difference you observed between a loop syntax and read table syntax? Read table will put only one record into the work area based on the condition. Loop, it will put first record into the work area and it will do some operations, then it will put again the second record into the work area, third, fourth, all the records one by one it will put into the work area. But read statement only gives one record into the work area based on this condition. For example, in your internal table there are two records which is matching this condition, then always the read table will read the first record, put it into the work area. Always first record which is matching the condition, put it into work area. Fine. So tomorrow we'll start with for all entries, and we'll see how we can go ahead with the for all entries. There are some couple of important conditions which you need to remember when you are writing for all entries syntax. So that conditions also you can learn tomorrow.